Doctor Who Season 12, Episode 9, titled Ascension of the Cybermen. Now, this episode is the first episode of the two-part finale. It is the second last episode of Season 12. And, of course, it is dealing with the Cybermen, which, of course, is a big Doctor Who villain. And this episode as like the setup episode, because let's be honest, this episode is basically that. It is basically setting up the groundwork, trying to give the flesh out to the lone Cybermen, the Cybermen that we got introduced last week. That is the half human, half Cybermen look, and try and give them some flesh and some. Try to be two-dimensional, but also at the same time you're still a Cyberman, so there's that sense of trying to be three-dimensional, but also you're robotic. Well, kind of, it does work. I mean, there's a sense of menace that comes towards this version of let's go with the lone Cyberman, as the menace that he has, and all that, and seeing the Doctor's face about, you know, because there's a scene in it where, like, the companions are so used to, like, oh, we'll be together, we'll be all jolly old pal, and the Doctor's like, no, you listen to me, you're gonna die if we go to the TARDIS, you're gonna die if you do this, you're gonna die if you stay here, you're gonna die this, you're gonna die that, you're gonna die that. Just shut up and do what I'm told and go over there, because it's a Cyberman, and she knows, you know, from her 1,000-year lifetime, she knows that who they are and what they deal with, and I mean, you know, without the Cyberman, World's title would still be on the same Earth, kind of stuff. So there's that. The big thing about this episode is we get flashbacks, or we at least jump through the storyline dealing with this guy named Brandon, who was a doctor, was found a baby who was found this week, and kind of they're basically doing the Superman thing. Basically, the whole thing of a baby or a parent raised by farmers, kind of thing. So they're doing the Superman thing, and him becoming a cop, and him being a guard, and him protecting people. You knew, like, okay, because it's a two-part thing. You're like, okay, it might be explained next week, but right now you're like, what's the point of it? Like, in my head, there's this part where he dies, he gets shot, falls off a cliff, and dies a bit, and then comes back to life. So in my head, I'm thinking, could this be Captain Jack? I mean, a young Captain Jack? Could be. I mean, there's that line there's a part where that could have been, because I remember in season 1 we got introduced to Captain Jack. He said, like, he just woke up one place, don't know where he was, but he was part of the Time Magazine and that kind of thing. And in my head, I'm thinking they could be linking everything to it. I have no idea what it could be, really. But again, if it's Captain Jack wouldn't, because Captain Jack got the powers because of Rose from Bad Wolf and all that. Anyway, trying to think. But again, we got another episode. But here's the thing: this episode has a good cliffhanger. I don't want to spoil it for what it is. There's the power of the characters, there's the warrior of the characters, there's all those kind of things that you want. But yeah, so far, this episode, and this first half of the story, really well handled. It's now all about seeing the execution.